going on, everybody? So today I'm going to go over how I wrote the guitar parts for Cobra Kai. It's crazy that I am actually saying this, like I did music for a TV show. It doesn't even feel real at this point. I'm sure some of you have seen my old Q&As where I would mention I wanted to do music for movies and TV and video games and stuff like that. And to think it's actually happening is pretty mind-blowing. Lo and behold, a few years later, I get hit up from Zach Robinson on Instagram, and he basically asked me if I would like to be a part of this project. I was like, yeah, I would love to. it was like the quickest yes I've ever said, you know? So I hopped on a Zoom call with Zach Robinson and Leo Berenberg. So they showed me the track, and harmonically speaking, I was already like, oh yeah, this is perfect. I love this sound. This is very similar to a lot of the music that I already do. At the center of this track is the guitar sound. It is one of our favorite collaborators, Charlie Robbins. And I think they wanted that staccato sound, that nylon guitar, a lot of the classical sound that I like to bring to my music. I think they wanted that on this particular track. They mentioned in this scene they go to Barcelona. And I thought it was crazy because I was actually going to Barcelona in 2 weeks. So when I was there, I went and I actually bought a guitar because I had to. I was in Spain, you know, of course I wanted to get a guitar. It was almost scary how coincidental all this was, like with the style of music, with where I was going and all that stuff. It's pretty surreal how I ended up in this position because a lot of people know me for playing the nylon guitar on my songs for many years now. Stuff like Spicy, Coco, there were times when people would literally ask me, like, why do you want to use the nylon guitar in this genre? Like, no one's gonna like it. And I basically just followed what made me happy. It's almost like a full circle moment that like people would say, this isn't gonna work. And then it ended up being the reason why I was able to do my first TV show. I'm gonna get hate comments regardless, so I might as well get those hate comments while I'm doing something I love. And it's cool because a lot of people actually like the sound of nylon guitar and music, and that just makes me happy. The more the better, in my opinion. And if you have genuine passion behind what you do, I think people will respond to that. This is the track that they initially sent me for my part right here. So instantly I knew the vibe that they were going for. The main thing they wanted was the nylon guitar, but I supplied them with other stuff as well too, like rhythm guitars, things they can pan and use for the whole sound design. So here's the solo just by itself. The room sound. Now here's the nylon harmony. It's funny because I doubled the golpe. So when you have the rasgueado going into the golpe, it just hits it hard. I love the way it sounds. So when I'm doing my harmonies, this is just throughout all the music that I write. What I like to do is almost treat it like a vocal harmony. So the part on its own isn't really like a guitar part. It's more just like voices coming in, jumping out, voices coming in and jumping out. So when you blend them together, they sound really cool. So the rhythm guitars, you don't really hear them, I don't think, in the final track. I think they're mixed pretty low, but here's how they sound. It's basically following the chord progression, which is an Andalusian cadence. I used it in Now Sync. I also used it in King. It's just a progression that sounds really emotional and classical at the same time. I just love the way it sounds. So now we're on to the solo. They said they wanted big and epic. So I tried to have not a whole lot of shred, but just enough shred to where it cuts through and shows like, okay, this guy's going for it, but it's also extremely melodic. So I tried my best to blend those two together. I hope it translated that way, but yeah, I ended up liking the way it sounds a lot. And then we have the harmony. And then together. I hope that it comes out as epic as much as I was hoping it to be. But yeah, that's the session right there. Once I sent the stems for the track, they actually hit me up to do more of the season. This is the most, like, I would say, like, recognizable, like, solo, so to speak, but there's a lot of rhythmic and thumping stuff that you can look forward to on the rest of the season as well. Zach and Leo are just like really good at building the tension and just like having these huge epic climaxes, and it was really cool to be able to like dance around that. They were really open to having my interpretation of some things, so they would just send me something to say go for it, and I would just send them a bunch of stuff. I don't even know how much of it was useful, but I would just send like so much stuff to them. But yeah, that's pretty much the session breakdown. I just want to thank Zach and Leo for having me on the project. Thank you for trusting me, with your music. And of course, thanks to all of you. It's surreal how supportive you've all been, especially the past few years. It's been a wild ride. So let's keep it going, and thank you so much.
Welcome to Barcelona, bitch. I love that. Yeah. This is it. I got chills. Perfect. Oh, hey, buddy. Yeah, wow. Right at the break. How cool is that?
Isn't that so cool?
Yeah. Way to go, Charlie, man. I told you we had to be doing motion theater and all that stuff. I told you.
All that hard work paid off.
Oh, yeah. I think it's great. It's only just the beginning. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.